Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another Minecraft discussion today at the beautiful Notch. It's just so gorgeous. A lot of salamanders in this pond, a beaver pond right behind me. Saw a mallard couple and a goose couple, and it's just gorgeous spring. Anyway, my name is Kimberly Quinn, and I am really excited to have this chat with you about being all in when it comes to your own authentic growth, being on the path, you know, to abundance, to authenticity, and just everything just coming to you to live your highest vibration of yourself. You got to be all in. Think about it. Wherever we pay attention to is where the energy is. So it's kind of on the way here. It was coming into my head, this whole talk, and I'm thinking of the phrase, you know, armchair quarterback in the in the fall, when people are just like, well, he shoulda, and then if they would have made the all that stuff. We can't be armchair quarterbacks on the authentic path if we're going to get anywhere. I mean, we got to be full throttle in. And I also am a big fan of some of the 12 step sayings, and one of them is like, you start to make change when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that can be anywhere along the spectrum. You may not be bottoming out, or you may just be how do I want to say it, like sort of satisfied, but there's no spark. So maybe you're not in any kind of crisis or anything, but there's just like, as Maya Angelou would say, just wasting your inertia. I love how she says that, because I think of motion, and you know, we're all energy, we're all spiritual beings and living human experiences, and wasting your inertia. We don't want to waste our inertia, so we have to be all in. So even though we've talked a lot of strategies with gratitude and mindfulness and all these things that are essential, today's focus is actually different. I'm talking about commitment, because if you're not, you know, 100% committed to it, it isn't going to happen. And here's why. The unconscious mind is really, really strong. And I'm actually, at this minute, I'm being inspired by Joe Dispenza, because he talks about this. By about age 35, we are literally walking around like a ball of familiar memories. And about 95 to 96% of what we do every single day is coming straight from the vault. It's all just over routine. So I want to say, disclaimer, that because I've been talking about the importance of a morning routine, that is very important. We're talking about even less than 15 minutes. Mine's like 5. And I, you know, the gratitude journal, hot tea, whole thing. We're talking about just routine life, doing everything same. So if you wake up, we talked about the waking up thing, I think, yesterday. If you wake up and you hit the snooze button and you got the same old 10-minute, you know, wait, and then you head for the, probably to the bathroom, and then you get the coffee machine going, and then maybe you read a couple of quick things, check a couple of emails before you go in, and then you get in the car, same drive, get to work, same people, not saying good people, okay, and you may be also seeking out the same colleagues or co-workers who unconsciously, we're talking about unconsciously, who just satisfy all these itches that may or may not be healthy. If you've had, you know, 35 years of routine, well, infants don't judge, I guess, but let's say most of the 35 years of being critical or judgmental, you know, you unconsciously seeking out those colleagues to commiserate with, or like you're into being persecuted. Oh, the government. Oh, this. Oh, that we're paying for it. Or, you know, so and so's still doing that, and what a boss, and you know, she's on a power trip, and me. Okay, not saying that some of this stuff isn't true, but you're seeking out your inner critic, your judger, your victim, maybe your, you know, the shame, blame, guilt cycle thing. I don't think we get the power of this because it's unconscious. And so if you're still doing all this same, guess what? Nothing's going to change. You know, reading a couple of positive affirmations in the morning is certainly a good thing, but unless you are all in it to win it, it ain't going to happen. And then the other thing, as we talked about too, is we really need to cease looking for our happiness out here, and also by the same point, you know, allowing, because the word is allow, we are in charge, we are the captain of our own ships, allowing our needs to be out here, because when they're out here, remember, if we need it and it's out here, if we don't have it, we're uncomfortable, at the very least, even all the way over to, like, you know, debilitated. And so to really and truthfully, I got to swallow the bug again. I did that yesterday. More protein. Okay. If we really and truly want to make strides to, advance spiritually and live a higher vibe, to live our absolute best life possible, we really and truly have to prioritize us. And remember, it's not selfish. Oprah talks about that. She talks about a lot of things, and I love her. She's a very dear friend. She just doesn't know. Listening to the whispers, for one, before they turn into bricks, because as far as we know, this is not a dress rehearsal. This is the big game. So we keep putting that stuff off, and then dead. That's how it goes. And the other thing is to keep ourselves filled up. So along the authentic path, we've got to keep ourselves filled up so that we can maintain this commitment to become our most authentic, best selves. And then lastly, remember, with the commitment, well, first awareness, right? We cannot do what we do not know. Once we become aware, we become responsible. My quote from Dr. Dave that I actually have a t-shirt that says that because it's so important. So awareness, commitment, and then good old-fashioned grit. Just like you'd stack wood because you have to for the winter. Kind of a Vermont example. Or whatever it is, but good old-fashioned grit. We need the grit with ourselves and our personal growth. It ain't gonna happen on its own. Just not how it works. We got to put, good old-fashioned grit, persistence, perseverance into it. And I just actually did a podcast on this morning. Not totally this, but the persistence, perseverance thing, because persistence is to me is like a little bit more or is like a more gritty word. And perseverance then is like persistence elevated with a spiritual component. That's what we're looking for. We've got to persevere to be our best, most authentic selves. And the reward, I cannot put into words. I cannot put it into words how great it is to feel authentically successful. I'm a work in progress too. I'm not saying that. Of course, it's about the process. It's about the journey, and it feels so incredibly good to be able to say no and set boundaries and feel so comfortable in my skin, basically every day. I mean, that stuff doesn't happen, but let's just say the high majority of the time, and the reward is just amazing. I can't even tell you. So be in it to win it. Be all in, because when it comes right down to it, you can't give what you don't have. And living an authentic life, there is nothing better. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful Notch in northern Vermont. Have a mindful, very authentic day.